Oh, damn, it says flip your bottle.
Welcome back to BYOBeats podcast, your beer music podcast. We are here, week 3 of our series of episodes with Vicente Hernandez. We are on to segment 5, In Your Feels, the sad one. But we're feeling good right now.
Hold on, I gotta get mad at Bobby? Nope, Johnny.
What? What did I do?
Okay, you read the cap and you said pour hard, and but then you didn't say flip your bottle.
Flip your bottle, pour hard. Yeah. Did you
Yeah,
read
but
the
nobody
instructions?
started at pour hard. Pour hard is in the small font.
Well, you're
Anyway,
supposed to. The selection for this segment is the Milk Stout Nitro from Left Hand Brewing, right here from Longmont, Colorado. So, local for me. I had no trouble getting this one.
nice. They
Super
are well
smooth.
distributed.
Oh, they are. Yeah, Left Hand is very good, and it's actually super cool. On the bottle, they have some instructions that are upside down to really influence you to flip your bottle upside down and pour it into the glass that way.
What? That's cool.
Yeah,
It
so
pains me that I've been drinking this beer for like 7 years. I've never noticed that.
well, it unlocks the nitro according to Left Hand. So
God damn it, I love Nitro. Anyway,
Did you not unlock the nitro for
I
you?
didn't unlock it. I
this
forgot to.
you got to unlock your swag.
Gotta unlock your Nitro, man.
Yeah, this tastes like a nitro cold brew. You ever had that from
I
Starbucks?
love those. Yes.
I'm a big
You
cold
gotta
brew guy. I found.
I'm a good cold brewed person. I'm just a black coffee in general person, honestly. I
I have,
prefer an iced coffee.
I have to say, as odd it might be for the fact of you choosing two stouts, I don't drink coffee whatsoever.
Huh.
That is very odd, actually.
Yeah, but I love coffee and beers, and the milk stout is right where it hits perfect. It's super smooth.
Mm.
It has an amazing taste. It has the coffee feel. It has the body, and I don't really want to say frothiness of it, but it has that welcoming that I want in a beer where I can just sit and hang out and just drink it.
Hmm.
And this is the perfect podcast to hang out, drink, and chill with a couple friends.
Exactly.
So, in terms of in your feels when it comes to a milk stout, what exactly? Because we've had a range of people. Everyone deals with their emotions differently. So, would you say that this is more of like a comfort that you turn to?
I would say this is a quiet comfort that I have, where while I am working like crazy, apart from everywhere else that can see it, away from the gaze of everyone that knows me, um, this beer allows me to sit and relax and have something nice and smooth that I can just sip on while enjoying whatever I want, whether it's a nice YouTube video, or movie or podcast, and just appreciate life how it is.
Yeah. Anyway, we should move on to our content, which is
Yeah, we got a
the
song to listen to and talk
yeah.
about. So the In Your Feels selection for Vicente for this episode, we have the song Happy from NF. So we're going to take a quick break and listen to that and be right back. We just listened to Happy by NF. So, Vicente, tell us why this is an In Your Feels selection for you.
I thought it was pronounced oomph, but I was wrong. Anyway.
I think that's just your beatboxing background
Yeah.
that causes you to think that way. For me, this piece, this song, signifies how you're so used to a certain level of living, a certain situation of living. You can't imagine life being out of it. I mean, he even says, living in my agony, I can't imagine what it's like being out of this. Um, Draw back a third time. As someone who is in the audition circuit, I can't imagine what it's like being somebody who has a normal job or someone who has a playing job where I don't have to wake up 6 hours before I clock into work in order to learn these excerpts, in order to learn these solos and have them to be the level of refinement that is required to win a job. Um, I'm not sure how many listeners, as well as you two, the hosts, are fans of the show Punisher on Netflix.
I've
Or
never
just
actually watched it. I've heard it's good though.
Yeah.
It's good. It is kind of intense at times when you really boil it down to excuse me, when you boil it down to the essence of the emotions felt, where you have Frank Castle, who is used to the setting of war as the standard. That is his standard, the go-to. You have him trying to live a civilian life, a normal life. There is a quote somewhere in one of the early episodes, where it's somewhere to the effect of, "You've spent so much time living in that hole. I'm worried you have begun to feel like that is home."
Mm.
And for me, I'm worried that this constant grind I'm on, where I'm working 50 hours a week, I'm practicing 20 to 25 hours a week, I can't even begin to really imagine what it's like to have a job. And the job is, to me, being happy. So I can't imagine what it's like to be happy. It's hard to think about that after I've done 3 years, 18 auditions. How will I feel once I hit the end goal? And so for me, this piece, as the in the feels, is how will my emotions handle this new living situation? How will I handle as a person, as a human, living in the success that I have supposedly earned after I put in thousands and thousands of hours? I mean, it's really tough to think about. And I feel like through the lyrics, NF has really captured my sort of hesitance about what life will be like. So hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah, no, that definitely answered the question. And I think that's something that a lot of emo music touches on too. Like, I immediately think of the new Real Friends album that just came out, I guess towards the end of last month. Well, in the fall for you listeners, Blue Hour. It touches on a lot of those same things. But what I found interesting about NF specifically, and in this song, it does start out with Dear God. So it reads as a prayer if you just read the lyrics. So, and NF is considered to be a Christian hip-hop or Christian rap, because I was listening to this and I'm like, it's somewhere between like pop rap and like contemporary adult genre-wise, and I know that's we always talk about genres on this page, and we also talk about how we hate talking about genres, and it's just this whole big thing. But I digress. Do you find yourself attracted to the Christian aspect of this song and this artist, or is it not really relevant whatsoever? Or somewhere in between?
I would say the Christian aspect in terms of the spirituality, because you'll hear people talk about, are you religious or are you spiritual?
Mm-hmm.
There's a decidedly difference between the two. I've heard stuff of where religious people feel this way, regardless of what any of the listeners feel. I don't want to try to diminish anybody's feelings or beliefs, but religious people feel a way, in order to get through things that may come, versus spiritual people feel a certain way due to what they have gone through. So for me, in this time, I'm going to keep referencing it because it is a very impactful situation for a lot of musicians, a lot of classical training musicians. During this time of being in the audition circuit, I have gone anywhere from everything's going well to I am not sure if I know how to continue with music. So, DOS, I'm not sure if you remember, or because we have 1 year of overlap at CMU, right?
Yes.
But during the time of early 2021. So, to reference what got me started on the field of music as my career. My dream job, my favorite orchestra, what I feel like has the sound, is San Francisco Symphony. The previous bass trombonist, John Engelkis, I studied for him for a little bit. I got accepted by him to San Francisco Conservatory after my first year of college. I had a lot of stuff going on in my life, including my parents getting divorced. So I couldn't accept that. I couldn't accept the offer to go and study from San Francisco Conservatory Music. But San Francisco Symphony as a whole has been, in my opinion, the sound. Everybody has their own opinion, but San Francisco had an audition in early 2021, late January 2021, as well as mid to late February. I worked like crazy for that audition. Basically spent 4 months or so, 4 days a week, playing my horn an hour to an hour and a half, stunning scores and recordings, trying to learn how to get that sound and trying to learn how to improve. After all that fact, I end up working myself so hard for so long that when I inevitably lost the audition and had to think about how life will be past that, I developed a case of vocal dystonia. I couldn't play for 2 or 3 weeks properly, 2 or 3 months properly. My range shrunk like crazy. I had a double buzz. I had limited range. I had static in my sound, as I would describe it. And trying to rebuild from that up to how do I make into these top of the country professional orchestras. It's a steady and relentless grind. So thinking about how will I be once I recover from all this, once I get the job, once I am happy, how will it be? How will life be? It's hard to quantify because I've been to the point of, okay, maybe I give up on music. Maybe I sell everything but my bass trombone, which is my main horn. Okay, I can put a down payment on a house here in Pittsburgh. Will I feel satisfied? Will I actually feel like I have accomplished anything in life? It's tough to feel that. I know this is getting very, very deep in the feels, but that is the segment.
That is the segment. Yeah. We get deep here.
Me up for this, okay? So keep that in mind.
So I'll give you a second to breathe and also reflect on what you were talking about. So
take a few sips of that beer.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Cheers, bros.
But so first I'll address the spirituality part of being a musician. And so you mentioned early on in the show that the likelihood of being successful as a musician is less than 1%. And statistics are tough to get by. It's hard to be part of the small statistic. The likelihood, though, is similar to those people that go into professional sports. It's just that unlikely. The thing is that you can make it, and also so those who watch sports, you know, like with baseball especially, there's so many levels that you can be at as a professional or semi-professional baseball player. There are those same levels as an orchestral player. You just have to be content with getting those positions, and I'll say a cliche, trusting the process, which I'm sure you've taken some comfort in at times. And this song kind of embodies that a little bit. Like, he doesn't exactly say it in so many words, but the ability to say something like, I'm just not there yet, you don't know it yet, is a big thing to always keep in mind when being on this audition circuit or any type of career that is going to be low percentage success rate. Because success rate has nothing to do with you as a person, is I think a big thing to focus on, is that this idea of having success via spite is tough, because eventually you have to just enjoy yourself and say, what is actually making me happy? Is the music going to make me happy? Is having a family of my own going to make me happy? Is being able to support myself financially going to make me happy? And that's an important thing to consider, but you have to always keep in mind that time is an illusion, and everyone is going to reach their peak in that thing that they're trying to do at a different point than someone else that's trying to do that exact same thing. So trying to thinking like, oh, this person won their first orchestral job on their third audition. If I'm not there, then I'm not succeeding. This person decided that they were done with music at 30 years old. If I'm not there, then I'm not doing the right stuff. You have to remember that you're the person that is going to be setting the pace for your own life. And as long as you're okay with that pace, there's nothing wrong with what you're doing.
And I have, before we transition to the next segment, I have withstood moments where I questioned my life, career. Can I still play the instrument? Can I still provide for my current family as well as my pre-existing family? And everywhere in between. I've withstood family deaths, family divorces, personal injuries, and everywhere in between, everywhere. Believe me, it's a lot. You have to really think about what makes you happy. Whatever it is, hold on to it. It's a big thing.
All right. And with that, we'll get to our ratings of this beer.
Oh yeah, we're drinking beer.
We're drinking beer. Yeah. We got deep in our feels there for a second, but we're gonna reel it back in here.
You opened up the gateway.
I'll go first. I never go first.
Go ahead, go first.
So we all the same beer for this?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so yeah, for this left hand milk stout, Nitro American Stout, I'm going with a solid 4. Like for a brewing company's like just standard stout, this is great. 4.0.
Yeah, I'll go second since mine is probably going to be lower. I'm not to the point yet where I can pretty much enjoy a plain stout. I usually, for me to get into the stouts, I need something slightly gimmicky. That's why I like a lot of the Pipeworks from Chicago. They have a lot of like super weird breakfast and dessert things. I tend to like those a little bit more. This one is a little bit too run-of-the-mill, I guess. I do like how smooth the Nitro is. The mouthfeel is great. The flavor for me is just a little bit too much of burnt coffee. And I think sandwiching it with an IPA that was super sweet didn't help at all. As much water as I drank to try and clean that palate, I am going with a 3 even.
Fair. For me, with how smooth the beer is, as just a stout is, I would say it's pretty good at a 4 or 4.25. It's easy to drink. It's welcoming. It's not going to be overly aggressive or as possibly as offensive as the triple mash is very it's in your face.
Yeah.
The left-hand Nitro is easy to drink. It's only 6%. I love it. I would say it's a 4.0 or 4.25.
All right, and with that, we're going to rinse out our glasses, pour our last drinks, and be back at you for segment number 6. Welcome back to BYOBeats podcast, your beer and music podcast. This is segment 6, the Ole Reliable. We are here with Vicente, and the beer selection was probably the most fun prompt we've ever had, which is pick out the best name you can.
Yeah.
I love this because personally, whenever I do my mix of 6, I always go shopping with my wife. She doesn't drink, so she'll often go and pick things for me to fill in. If I didn't get 6 for the episode, if maybe I got 4 and a couple 6-packs or whatever, but you have to buy 6 in your mix of 6, I'll say, okay, go ahead and pick out 2 that you think are fun. So she'll usually grab one that she'll know I like because she knows the styles that I like. And then she'll just pick something that either has an awesome name or awesome artwork or both, because they often coincide. So I was super excited for this. I went with Juice Caboose. That's a fun name. The label itself isn't great in terms of art. It's not like wacky. It's not zany, but I think it's fun. It's like a nice rainbow tie-dye. Got the Westbound and Down, which is the brewery, their little logo, and Juice Caboose right there. They are from Lafayette, Colorado, which I'm not actually sure where that is in the state. It has the coordinates.
Johnny. Come on.
It has the
It's in
coordinates on the
Lafayette.
can, but
It's the name right there, man.
Yeah, you know where it is. It's in Lafayette.
it's in Lafayette. I don't know if you
You
hold
can
up a
Google
square
that.
where it is, but
It's somewhere in that
somewhere.
Hey, it's in the square right there. You know.
The square. Yo, Michigander right there, man.
All right, what do you guys got?
If you're in Pennsylvania, it's in the square right there. You know. Like,
That's right.
come on.
Das, what is your map looking like, and where is your beer from?
Where is it from? Hold on. Okay, so I didn't find that first. I found the name first. This is from Toledo. Toledo is like that. Not Toledo. Ohio is kind of like that. That's better. Yeah. So I would say like Toledo's like right there. But anyway, this is the Devil Wears Hoodies.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's from Inside the Five. I've never heard of them, but we're gonna see how it goes. They do great on their label. It's a pint and it's 6.6 ABV and 32 IBUs. I think I'm gonna like this one.
Yeah.
It's a New England style IPA.
Mine is a hazy IPA 7.2.
Is that just Das? Is that like a bowl in a sweater? Is that what I see?
Yeah, like a bull. Yeah, well, not a bull. It's the devil. The devil is
Devil.
wearing a sweater.
I'm sorry.
The devil's wearing a hoodie. Look at it.
The Devil Wears Hoodies. Awesome.
Yeah,
Devil with a chance of rain.
he's on a football field for some reason. But
Go Rockets, I guess.
go Rockets. Who are the Rockets?
The Toledo, isn't Toledo, University of Toledo? They've got a rocket or something?
They're very smart. Didn't remember that, but yeah. That's
They have a rocket outside their football field that, if you follow the trajectory, it is pointed directly at Bowling Green.
Oh,
Dude, that is only a little bit better than my community college, which was the Palomar Comets.
I like the Comets. That's awesome.
All right, so going off of the weirdest name possible, I have decided on Unicorn Farts After Dark.
wow!
That's
I knew you had
amazing.
a beat. Yes.
That so my go-to, which is the segment Old Reliable, whatever speaks to me the most. I love the weirdest name possible. Whether it is Scary Jesus, whether it is Chubby Monkeys or Unicorn Farts After Dark, I will choose that first.
That's awesome.
So, Unicorn Farts After Dark is a chocolate cinnamon breakfast stout with edible glitter.
Oh, whoa.
Oh,
It's
you
got
gotta-
glitter?
If you've got a glass, you gotta pour that one then.
I have to say, I do not see any edible glitter. I am very
So that
disappointed. But maybe
You get the
once
salts.
I get through this beer from Duclaw, I will see some glitter.
you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
We'll see about it tomorrow, and we'll put it in a post on Instagram. Take a picture of.
I'm not taking a picture of that. Dude, what?
That would get us put on a list, Dawes.
I don't know. I think it'd be funny.
You're gonna get contacted by P. Diddy or something.
What am I in life?
We'd be contacted by P. Diddy.
Or no, R. Kelly, sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
I'm so worried.
If you can't tell, we're on segment number 6. We're gonna take a break.
Man, come
Huh?
on, you gotta see it. I
It's
want
gotta
to see
be a
your glittery
long
shit.
break, man. Who knows what's going on?
We're gonna take a quick break and listen to our song. The selection for this reliable segment is "Remember," featuring Nat Joyce and Aaron Renee from Moog. So we're gonna listen to that and be right back. So we just listened to "Remember," featuring Nat Joyce and Aaron Renee from Moog. We've talked a lot about layering sounds and having full sounds and complex musicianship. So with all of that in mind, it makes total sense why this would be an Ole Reliable. But Vicente, go ahead and take it away. What makes this your Ole Reliable?
So one of the longest term YouTube channels that I've listened to is Mighty Car Mods. I have always loved cars. And this album featuring Moog, which his actual name, Blair Jocelyn, and Marty Mulholland, I believe, which makes up Mighty Car Mods, features a trek that they did to Japan where they bought a K car. This track is the end of Key to the City. So Key, Kei, the K car, is a small car, pretty boxy in form, that they basically try to get the most out of it that they can in terms of soul and feeling. So this is all about taking what you have and maximizing its potential. Mighty Car Mods is something that has really spoken to me as a car fanatic. This is something that, man, I've watched for years. I've watched it since high school. Whether it's Key of the City, whether it's Super Gramps, whether it's Daisy, where they made a Volkswagen Beetle go a 10-second quarter mile.
Whoa!
Insane! Super Gramps, where they took a Subaru Liberty, thank you, Johnny, just a very boring car, and made it go an 11-second quarter mile.
Insane.
Can you imagine? Yeah, that's insane, man.
Man, I've been thinking about turbocharging my Outback, and I'm like, that would be insane. That'd be so stupid.
I love cars. Cars have always been a huge part of my life. Cars and music. To see Marty and Moog, or Blair, if you want to call him, take these cars, these nuggets, and just make them incredible is something that has always brought a tear to my eye. It's always made me happy. So that's something that years later, I still watch back the Super Gramps videos. They take a liberty and swap out the engine for a Tiguan, and they chuck it in and remodify it after some setbacks and make it go as fast as possible.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I'm just recently getting into cars. I've wanted to get into cars for a while. I've been finding myself on the Chris Fix channel a lot, which is classic. And I get a lot of clips from the Grand Tour and the artist formerly known as Top Gear. I get a lot of clips. I haven't started watching like on Amazon Prime yet, Prime Video. And that's where all those are. I need to start watching that soon, but I get a lot of clips from that, and it's really fun. But yeah, cars are exciting. I actually just barely bought a 2001 BMW 740i, so E38 colloquially. It's in kind of rough shape right now, but I've got some plans. Got to fix up the cooling system, fix an oil leak, and some other stuff, but it's going to be a good time.
Solid. Das, you got any car dreams?
I mean, for myself, just something that runs super smooth. I was at a bar the other night, and a bunch of guys with lowriders showed up like the lowriders with hydraulics, that they parked it on a 95-degree or a 45-degree
Oh yeah.
angle.
Oh
And I
yeah.
was like, wow, you guys are a little messed up, aren't you? They were like, yeah, but every one of these is for sale except that one. And that one was like, obviously the most money had been put into it. I have a lot of car history in my family, though. My background to my, not my background, my wallpaper on my phone has been my grandpa's 67 Bonneville for the last, I would say, around 10 years. It's been on my, he passed a year or two ago, and he won lots of competitions in car shows with that car and another car that the actual name is escaping me, mostly because I never saw that car. I did get to ride in the back for one of the parades in the Bonneville. I kind of wish I knew more about it, just because it is such a family history thing. My grandpa also owned a spring factory that distributed to the big three motor companies, so like it was a big part of my family's history. It's just that music kind of got in the way of learning so much about cars and
Yeah.
learning more about how to fix my horn and things like that. And also, I didn't have a car until I was 25. And that was because my family kind of, my family's not one to give a car to a kid. And I think that's ultimately a correct way to raise a child is make them buy their own first car, because it's going to be a beater. They're going to have to work on it. They're going to have to pay a few maintenance fees for it. And that's just a part of life that even when you buy your own new car, you're going to have to do that eventually.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important to realize when those moments come up. I literally did it today. I had a crack in my windshield that turned from a 6-inch crack to a 6-foot crack.
Oh.
Yeah, it was great.
Yep. Got to
Yeah,
replace
but
that one.
yeah, it's really important to be able to maintain an old car before you get the luxury of having a new car.
Absolutely.
In my mind, anyway.
Yeah, well, it's like a life lesson, right? You got to be able to learn how to adapt to what life throws at you before and set yourself up for success, such that when you finally get to the state where you want to be in, you're not going to be thrown off by life throwing unexpected things at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vicente, what makes this song the Old Reliable as opposed to the anthem?
Yeah, that's a
Kind
good
of
distinction that I don't think you touched on.
yeah.
Yeah. So this is something I've definitely been listening to since this album has come out, which I believe was somewhere around 2014 or so. So I've been listening to it for about a decade now. Whenever I don't know what to listen to, whether I don't really listen to, I don't feel like going to NSP, I don't feel like listening to Michael Buchanan. If I want to listen to something completely different, I'll put on Moog. I'll listen to Mighty Carbon soundtracks, listen to that, and feel that sort of basis of, let me take something and make it to where it can do whatever I want. That is an actual, I believe, a shirt that that they have or had at some point of make it so it does. I believe that was the text where
I like it.
take something, make it however you want it to be. So, like I said, I've been watching Mighty Car Mods for 12 years. I was in high school at the time, so it's been a while. And it's something that I still pick up every once in a while.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right. I think that's a good stopping point. So let's get to our ratings, and then we got some other things, and we'll be done. So, ratings. I'll go first. Juice Caboose, Westbound and Down Brewing Company. Great name. It was really enjoyable. Easy IPA, so you got a lot of fruit flavors, but you got that IPA base to it, 7.2% by volume. So not light by any means, but it doesn't feel heavy when you're drinking it, and I think that's really important in a hazy IPA. Very juicy, as the juice caboose would imply. I'm going with a 4.25. I really quite enjoyed this. I would definitely buy this again.
Yeah, for the Devil Wears Hoodies, I think I've got to probably be somewhere around there. I'm going with a 4.0, I think is correct for this one.
And that's a NEPA?
No, this is Inside the Five Brewing Company.
No, I meant the style. New England IPA.
Oh. I thought you said Abita.
Oh, yes, Abita Brewing. Yes.
So, no. Yeah, no to Abita. Yes to a NEPA. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. But sorry, I didn't give the actual number. I'm going. No, I did.
4.0.
4.0. Yeah.
For the Duclaw the Pastry Archy. Yeah, that is actually what it says. Wow.
Pastry
Unicorn Fart After Dark. I will put it at, I'd say a 4.0. It has a fantastic taste to it. It is a bit strong. It's an 8.5. With some of the beers that we've covered before today, it's not ridiculous, but overall, it definitely is something that you don't want to have later on. It has a fantastic taste. It's very smooth.
It tastes like unicorns.
What I want to say directly after that probably isn't best.
Now I gotta know. Say it anyway.
We can cut it if we need to.
She said we can cut it. Is that what you just said?
If it's too absurd, we can cut it. It's not a big deal.
It sounds like a unicorn did not just sit on my face and fart. So.
You were right, but I'm so glad I heard it though.
There is no edible glitter that I can see.
That is disappointing, personally. Like, not that like edible glitter tastes like anything. I'm sure it just is like sugar, but you would hope that if they're gonna put it in there, you could see it.
I would hope that if there was edible glitter, that there would be flecks of some sort there.
But with the stout, I guess it makes sense. It's tough
it's
to
kind
make.
of hard to see.
Yeah.
I would say.
Light. See if it makes a difference.
Where's my? Okay, let's see.
I don't see.
I'm not seeing any glitter, man.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Anyway, go ahead.
I would say, especially factoring that's from New Jersey, it tastes fantastic. It's a very good beer, very smooth. Hailing from Ewing, New Jersey, I would put it at a solid 4.0.
So that's our show. Thank you for hanging around with us over the past 3 episodes, 6 segments, 6 beers, 6 songs. If you enjoyed, give us some feedback. You can give us a rating on Spotify, like, subscribe on YouTube, comment, all that good stuff. In terms of socials, we're most active on Instagram at BYOBeats_podcast. We also post on TikTok, on Facebook as well, and YouTube, of course, all the same, BYOBeats_podcast. If you'd like to get in contact with us for any reason, you can either send us a DM on Instagram, we check that frequently, or you can send us an email. That'll be byobeats.business@gmail.com. If you have a suggestion for a beer you'd like us to try, an artist to interview, album to review, we're actually considering soon doing, this will be January, so hopefully you can catch us on Twitch. We're going to try and stream an album review every month. So stay tuned on our Instagram. We'll announce when we're doing that. And, of course, we'll post the recording from it on our YouTube if you missed the live stream. So we'll be doing that because we think that's a better format for our album reviews, but we do those as well. So if you have a suggestion, hit us up via email, byobeats.business@gmail.com. Vicente, where can the good people find you? if you so desire to share.
I do have an Instagram. I believe it's Bones of Plenty. It is something that I know, incredible, right? This is something that I used for a while. It has various things from contrabass to tenor, little snippets of me playing.
Thank you guys so much for listening to BYOBeats podcast. This was a great time. Vicente, thank you for coming on the show so much. I really hope you enjoyed yourself. You seem to have.
Thank you guys so much for having me on. I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to contribute much, but man, y'all have made this such an awesome hang. It's just been a great time, and I can't wait to listen back to this and cherish all the memories.
That's so good to hear.
I got
First
the warm
year of
fuzzies.
Say it again.
I said I got the warm fuzzies.
Yeah.
Oh,
For us here at BYOBeats, this is your boss of the sauce, Nathan Doss, signing off for myself, Johnny Schwiegs, and Vicente Hernandez. And remember, musicians are people too, especially with more beer.